Hey y'all, it's your girl Adori Asia and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about that spiritual journey of yours or of mine. Have you been going through that spiritual awakening? Have you been feeling the need to connect to the universe around you? Have you been feeling a little lost and wanting to feel grounded? If that's you, then you're in the right place. So first things first, my relationship with religion has been rocky at best, okay, ever since I was a little youngin', okay? Growing up as a Roman Catholic really tainted my views on organized religion, like real bad. There were so many things that were done and said that were so contradictory, and it left me questioning everything. And I wanted nothing to do with it. Because if I have questions, especially as a kid, and you cannot provide me with answers, then why am I here? So turn to my high school years, I labeled myself as agnostic and I left it at that. It was a subject I didn't even want to think about. And when I think about it now, in retrospect, that was probably the time when I needed something of the sort the most. Because high school was rough, okay? I went through a lot. There was a lot of times I felt very lonely. It was a lot of things that I went through that a kid should not have to go through. And being able to be grounded in something to look to for strength probably would have helped me out a lot. And I could have been in a better position mentally and emotionally. You live and you learn, right? So after high school, I went to community college. I was not feeling rattled by anything then. I then moved out of state. I left what I called home, came somewhere new, and basically had the chance to start a new life. I was working, going to school, all those things. But still at this time, I wasn't really, thinking about religion or any type of belief system in much depth. And I moved when I was 20. It wasn't until a couple years in, as I started to get into the swing of young adulthood or adulthood, being on my own per se. I was still with family, but away from what I've known all my life. Around this time is when my gears started turning about the possibility of there being a higher power, and just a higher power in general. No specific religion, just the fact that just the idea that there might be a higher being that is responsible for all the wondrous things that we see in this world. During this time, I would casually research different religions and belief systems just to see if anything resonated with me. And when I mean casually, I mean casually. And even through the research, I never really took it seriously, and I often ended up feeling very lost all the time, never knowing why or how or when it started. Just something nagging at you. It was like, you feel lost, but you don't know what it is. You don't know how to fix it. And this went on for years, because it wasn't until I entered my late 20s and thus motherhood and also a serious relationship, just these different milestones in life that I'm touching and beginning to think about the world and life differently. When I became a mother, there was a big shift in my way of thinking and being. I started to explore this lost feeling that's been quietly plaguing me for years. And it would be like little hints from the universe. Like at work, we have like a little mindful minute challenge. And it was then that I discovered the power of meditation, or just the benefits of it. Not so much the power yet, but just the benefits of meditation. So it began with me meditating 5 to 10 minutes here and there, nothing consistent, and really starting to learn how to be in tune with my body. This was especially easy at this time because in going through pregnancy and birth, you really become in tune with your body and everything, the inner workings. But the meditation, it helps you on a spiritual level of understanding yourself, being in tune with your inner emotions, with your inner feelings, with your inner being. But when I tell you, when I went through pregnancy and birth, and you can't really appreciate it unless you go through it, or you appreciate it on a totally different level when you personally go through it, because after it's all said and done and you're looking at this baby, this human, this life that you created, you really sit there and reflect on just the wonder, like, how amazing is my body to be able to do this. Like, a woman's body grows an entire new organ to support the development of this baby. It's the fact that this body of mine can create a whole new organ to create a whole new organism, and it's just amazing to me. It's mind-blowing, like how much the body itself can change, and then once the baby is born, how much you can go back to how you were before, or not, because that happens too. It's a blessing either way. Definitely going through that taught me to appreciate my body way more than I did before, and to just thank it for all the work that it has done for me. It was when I was doing all this self-reflection that I thought about the importance of building a strong foundation in order to support me whenever I needed to feel grounded or connected, or to just pull strength from. And I knew that it was important, especially when my son came, because I did not want him, or I do not want him, to grow up lost like I did. Had I had the right tools, or had I just known then what I know now, obviously, things could have turned out way better. So I feel like everything that I do now will not only benefit me, but also benefit my son and the life he ends up living. I want to set him up for the most success, the greatest possibility of success, not just for money, but for being a good human being. Someone who's loving, who is compassionate, someone who is empathetic, who cares about others, who cares about themselves as much as they care about others, because it's all important. So for me, my spiritual journey is important because I feel like I'm entering a new chapter in my life, and I want to be the best mom I can be and the best person that I can be, period. Though for such a long time I was so skeptical of it, now it just feels right to be in tune with the spiritual being. We are all spiritual beings. Whether we acknowledge it or not, that's a different story, but we all have our own opinions. I do not consider myself a part of any religion. I'm actually still learning. I'm still trying to see how I fit in, or see how it all fits in with me. It's really a reflection of everything that I've ever learned in life, especially about religious figures, things like that. So it's definitely something I will have to work through, but I'm so excited for it. Those 3 things that I mentioned in my last video of meditation, yoga, and reading, I feel will help me on my spiritual journey, in me becoming more just connected, more one with the divine, and having that place to pull the strength from, to help when I need to pull myself out of difficult situations, or pull myself through difficult situations, because you can't just take yourself out of it. You have to be able to pull through and get through it and make sure you come out on the other side, because you will never be handed anything that you cannot handle. So in some of the research that I've done, especially about spiritual awakenings recently, there's always lists of signs that you're going through a spiritual awakening. I'm gonna read off some of these signs from this website that I'll have linked in the description. I'll go through some of the signs that I resonate with, or I connected with, or I've been through. So 1, you feel disconnected or detached. I definitely felt like that for a while. Like when I had that lost feeling, it was just like I didn't belong to anything, or always having a sense of wanting to belong somewhere, but always feeling lost because I never knew where. I never knew where to turn. So that's definitely something that I went through. You've reevaluated your beliefs. As I just explained, in the last couple years, I've reevaluated my belief system, or taken it more seriously, because I realized it's something that could make me better, could help me cope when going through certain things, could help me resolve things of my past and move on in a healthier way. You experience more synchronicities and deja vu. Definitely. I experience deja vu all the time. Or synchronicities, like even yesterday, like I was standing next to one of my friends and we both asked the same question in the same exact way. Or if I'm watching TV and I'm writing a text message, I will type a word and the person, whoever's talking on the TV, it could be a show, reality show, a series, whatever, they will say the same exact word as I'm typing it. It's just things like that. It's just like, whoa, that was weird. That was weird. Okay. Or seeing the same numbers all the time. I see 444 a lot. I see 1111 a lot. And there are other numbers like 1023, 938, but I'll see those numbers all the time. You feel spirituality becoming an important part of your life. The desire to find meaning and fulfillment within your spirituality will likely become one of your biggest priorities. That is what I'm feeling right now. I feel like every time I think of it, I have such an immense fire within me to be able to just learn as much as I can and to be serious about it and to apply this new knowledge in my life and have it benefit me in ways that I never would have thought possible. You're more intuitive. So I am a very intuitive person, just naturally. I'm Pisces gang. But I am a little bit of a I'm a little bit of a psychic, if I do say so myself. But I am very, very, very intuitive. Most of the time I just keep the stuff to myself, but for the most part, yes. You can sense inauthenticity and manipulation. I can definitely relate to that. I am very good at reading people and figuring out what their intentions are, and we'll keep it at that. You realize that everyone is on their own path. That is very true. You realize that it's more than just you. This gives an example of like winning arguments or convincing people of your views doesn't matter much anymore because everybody is going through something. Everybody is on their own journey and not everybody has to conform to yours. Realizing that you are just a small itty bitty speck in the grand scheme of things. You want to be of service. So I've been feeling the need to help people in ways that I wish I could have been helped. So that is in part why I'm being more serious about my YouTube channel and going a little bit of a different direction with my channel because I want to be of service to you guys, to whoever is listening right now. You feel alone. Ooh, that's a big one because especially lately I've been feeling so alone. I feel like nobody that I know can relate to me and what I'm going through right now because everybody's on their own journey. I feel so alone at times. I just sit here and I'm just like, it makes me sad because it's just that, again, back to that wanting to feel connected, wanting to belong, or wanting to belong somewhere, you know? You feel more connected to the natural world. Yes, I've always felt connected to the natural world, but now definitely more than ever. Whenever I go outside, I try to feel the earth beneath my feet, the wind on my face, the sun on my skin. Every time I go outside, I pull in all the energy that I can from the natural world and it just recharges me. There's a sudden change in your habits and routine. So all the things that I was going through in my last video of habits, routines, it definitely started suddenly. I'm sorry if you can hear the toys in the background, but it is my son who can't stay quiet while mama's recording. But yes, the habits and routines that I was talking about in my last video are definitely things that just started right out of the blue. I was like, okay, let's do it. Although I'm still working on consistency because I am struggling there. Although I'm still working on consistency with my habits and routines, the idea is there and that's all that matters. Okay, and then the last one here that I relate to is you have a newfound curiosity. I definitely am curious about the people and the things and just the world around me. And for me though, the curiosity is more with my spiritual journey. So eager to learn and to be able to unlock newfound ideas, information, knowledge that I can take with me on my journey. So with this little snippet of my spiritual journey that I've been going through, I hope you guys can relate to it. But if you feel the need to do something, no matter what it is, just go for it. Research about it, learn about it, try to get into that mode of being a student of life, especially if it's something that will help you stay motivated to reach your goals, help you stay ambitious, keep you grounded, keep you centered, keep your spirits uplifted, keep your vibes high, you know. This time next week, it'll be 2023, so Happy New Year. And we're gonna be talking about bedtime procrastination because that's a real thing. You are important, you are incredible, you are amazing, you are love. Your only limit is your mind. And don't forget it. Peace and out.